Did you know that 60% of adults report having experienced at least one unhealthy relationship? And what's even more eye-opening is that many of us don't even recognize these patterns until we are either deep within them or it's way too late. It's really a startling statistic, but it highlights how many of us are actually navigating relationships without having the tools or clarity that we need to thrive. So today, Empower Me Monday, we are transforming that. I'm Crystal, and by the end of this episode, you will have practical steps to recognize unhealthy relationships and create partnerships that you've always dreamed of. So let's get started. Let's start by discerning whether you are in an unhealthy or healthy relationship. I want you to ask yourself, do I feel safe physically in this relationship? Does this person support me in fulfilling my deepest commitments? Is there mutual respect and open communication? And I'm not talking about, does this person agree with me on everything? Does this person hold space for me to express my emotions, even if it's angry? Can I be authentic around this person without feeling like they will leave? If you're answering no, it might be time to reevaluate. Unhealthy relationships can be marked by manipulation, control, constant criticism, or even subtle ways where you feel dismissed. You really have to learn how to trust your intuition. If you feel like you are losing yourself in a relationship, that is a red flag. The key to a healthy relationship, which some of you may not like to hear, but it is about loving yourself first. This is the part that most people skip. You cannot have a healthy relationship with someone else if you don't already have one with yourself. Why? Because if you're looking for someone else to fill a void or validate you or make you feel worthy, you are quite literally handing your power away, and your power will always be outside of yourself, and they can never do right by that. This creates a false sense of reality. Think about it. If you're constantly seeking approval from others, you're putting your happiness in someone else's hands. That is a very heavy burden for anyone to carry. It is not fair to you or them. And here's the truth. You will never get something from someone else that you don't already have within yourself. If you do, it's temporary, and eventually the cracks will show. It will fail. It will end. So why does loving yourself matter? Because when you love and accept yourself as you are already coming to that you are whole, perfect, and complete. You don't need to try to change yourself to be better to attract someone. Because when you're out there trying to change yourself, you are being inauthentic. And when you're being inauthentic, you are chasing. When you're actually showing up that you're perfect, whole, and complete, and you are already being authentic, you don't need to go and change yourself, lose the 10 pounds. I'm telling you, it's not the 10 pounds. It's not the thin lips, girls. It's not those things that is keeping your partner away from you. It's the inauthentic way of being that is keeping them away from you. Feeling like you have to change yourself. You don't accept yourself. That's actually what's keeping these relationships away from you. When you are being your authentic self, you radiate this authentic energy that will quite literally mirror back to you. It's like a magnetic force. When you are confident in who you are already, you naturally draw people to you who appreciate and respect that authenticity. A healthy partner is drawn to someone who knows their worth. So here are practical steps to manifesting a healthy relationship. Here's how you start. Number one, you get clear on what you want. Write down your non-negotiables in a relationship, not superficial things, not like what they look like, how much money they make. No, I'm talking about values, communication styles, emotional needs. For me, I was very clear and specific. So instead of saying good communication, I wrote down how I actually wanted to experience my life. He loves me for who I am, not what I do, what I look like, how much money I make. So you just want to start to write down all of those specific experiences that you want to experience. And you want to define exactly what it is that it looks like. Number two, you want to love yourself where you are. So maybe that's by starting to journal about the things that you do appreciate about yourself. Maybe you practice self-care, but it's not just bubble baths, although I love my bubble baths. But you want to be very clear about what are the things that you're committed to and start to take aligned action on the things that you're committed to. That is quite literally what self-love is. Self-love is not just about a feeling, it's about you fulfilling what is important to you. That is self-love. And then having self-respect, which would be setting boundaries, saying no. And then you want to celebrate your small wins. Acknowledge your growth, your journey. Acknowledge where you are. Be proud of yourself. 3, you want to let go of unhealthy patterns. So if you're in a relationship that doesn't serve you, trust your intuition and trust that letting go creates space for the right person to enter your life. Maybe you manifested this relationship from a place where you didn't love yourself, you didn't respect yourself. And then you attracted a partner that quite literally gives you back that evidence that you aren't good enough, right? So now maybe you're not in that space and you want to love yourself and you're in a new space. While letting go of this relationship and this person can quite literally bring in the right person. You just want to remember that every no to what is not serving you is a yes to what will serve you and to your highest good. Now, number 4, you need to embody the relationship that you want. So that means you need to be the partner that you wish to have and be that partner for yourself first. You want to show up in life with energy, love, and commitment you desire from someone else. So when you are actually taking action on your commitments and fulfilling that, you're not talking about something that you want, you're being about it. Now, lastly, you want to be patient. Manifestation is truly a journey. We cannot rush this process. It's about trusting yourself, and building that trust within yourself starts with you taking aligned action on the commitments that you have and being consistent with it. Keep promises to yourself. Be patient with this because it's that consistent aligned action that's going to build that trust within yourself where you know who you are and you trust yourself and your word and the promises that you make. So I'm going to leave you with this. Healthy relationships start with you. When you stop seeking love outside of yourself and you build it from within, you will manifest a partner who reflects that same love and health. That's the kind of partner that you can actually build with, thrive with, grow with. And remember, the relationship that you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. So today's journal prompts are these. 1, what does a healthy relationship with myself look like? Then I want you to write out 6 areas of your life: health and wellness, personal growth, relationships, career and finance, purpose and impact, and faith and spirituality. And inside every one of those areas, I want you to come up with the top commitment that you have in that area and that you are committed to experiencing in your life. Then I want you to reflect on your current actions. What actions in this past week have you been taking that do not align with those commitments? And I want you to be real here. Be real with yourself and write them all down. And then next, I want you to make a promise to yourself that you will stop taking these actions that don't align in fulfilling that commitment. And then I want you to ask yourself, what actions could I take that would align and would fulfill this commitment? And then I want you to start to replace the actions that you're currently taking with ones that do align. You might be really surprised by this reflection. So thank you for joining me on this Empowering Monday. If this resonated with you, please share what you got out of this exercise and this episode. And please also share this with someone who needs to hear it. Let's create a world where healthy, loving relationships are actually the standard, not the exception. I'll see you next week. And remember, you've got this.